But the umpires are walking in, which means the game is just about to begin. It is going to be an exciting encounter on a fresh wicket. Definitely the surface has been rested, very well rested, ensuring that there is a little bit of everything for everyone, the bowlers, the batters. If you are a spinner, well, we saw that on the previous wicket. There was a lot of turn. If you put in that little extra effort as a fast bowler, you can get the ball moving across the nose of the batter. So I'm sure that there is a lot to offer as far as this game is concerned.
Well, it's a similar pairing coming in as it was for IGM. We've got Shehzad Ali coming in and leading the batting for Seven Districts, and Mohammad Sagir Afridi coming in to join him in the middle. So Mideast Metals does have a task in their hand. They've been noticing this match as well. But it is about how Seven Districts pick up the game. They'll have to play a little more faster compared to last time. We've seen Shehzad play a runner ball, which took time for him to open up. But Mideast Metals is a completely different challenge for them.
Well, yes, they'll have to adapt to this surface. I'm sure if they would have seen the games, the previous 3 games, there would be some amount of learnings that would have helped them achieve what they would have. The batters getting into position. Shajil, what do you make of the surface?
Surface is definitely a playable, and it is there for a bowler. But definitely we've seen Seven Districts come in on top on a lot of pitches in UAE. So Shehzad Ali, last match, he played 28 runs. He's got an interesting strike rate, an average, not too great so far. But again, when he gets going, he can be a pillar for any batsman at the Seven Districts end. So Tehran Khan will be opening the bowling for Mideast Metals here. And they have a lot of advantage here coming in. They've got a longish offside. So just lining his run up.
Well, there definitely would be jitters. Bringing in the new ball. First game of the tournament for Mideast Metals. A full toss to start with. And they'll scamper for a single. Runs on board already.
Well, definitely getting off the mark in the beginning is always going to be an advantage for all of them. And then we've seen them play slightly slower in the previous encounter. So they would want to get a lot of runs on the board. They would want to cross the 180, 200 mark.
Well, yes, those amount of runs are important to be on board. Meanwhile, Mohammad Sagir Afridi just played 1 game, and in that game scored just 6 runs. Couldn't really accelerate or stay for long in that game. Wrapped on the pads, a faint appeal, but the umpires will move across.
The bowler has got definitely a lot of movement here. And Tehran Khan, we've seen him in the past as well. Just look at that delivery, just coming in and moving away from the batsman. So there is a lot of advantage Mideast Metals will have bowling first. They will have a fresher batting side to come in later. And right now the only thing Sagir and Shehzad need to do is they need to stay on the crease for at least 10 overs, hang around there and get a few runs on the board.
Well, if they stick around for 10 overs, I tell you, there'll be a lot more than a few runs. Bolton! Mohammad Sagir Afridi's poor run of form continues. This time, straight at the base of the off stump. and he'll have to take that long walk back.
Well, not the start they were looking for, and it's completely shattered his off stump. And Sagir Afridi is very disappointed with how he has to go back. So going for a duck. 7 districts, 1 for 1.
Farman Ali is the new man in. In the previous match, scored just a single. But has an opportunity here to come, stick around and bat for longer on this fresh wicket.
Well, the first few batsmen of 7 districts have not had a good start. We've seen it in the previous match. So Shahzad Ali, the only one who got off to the 20s mark there. And it will be interesting and very, very helpful for 7 districts if the first top order batsmen normally come in and they get those big runs on the board. So Tehran Khan coming in after a wicket.
Slow one, rolled his fingers over the ball. And a dot ball, definitely beaten there, Farman. Wasn't anticipating that kind of slowish delivery that moved in. Beaten for pace, or rather lack of it. Tehran Khan definitely on top of this game. Has been accurate, has been incisive. That's Atiq, the wicket keeper. Brilliant set of glovesman. Part of the UAE camp. Very, very hard-working lad, Atiq.
Well, all of them have that opportunity of getting into the national side someday. So this is the only place they can prove what they're worth and get into the big leagues.
Again onto the pads. This time wanted to play across the line. Couldn't do it successfully. Dot ball.
Well, only Shahzad Ali has been able to understand and figure out how Tehran Khan is bowling to him. But unfortunately, he's still at the other end. So Farman Ali will be taking a little while to adjust to his pace. But the only thing he needs to do is stand his ground and not lose a wicket. That's the only thing 7 district will want.
That's right. They would want to stick around, and that's the idea. Don't end up losing wickets.
But that was a better way to do it. Just slog it in the air and there will be results.
Well, yes, bowled a little fuller there, Tehran, and got punished almost. 2 runs of that, 1 over gone, it's 3 for 1.
But Basit Ali will be coming in for Mideast Metals. And Mideast Metals are going in at a very steady pace here. They've not given away too many runs, only 3 runs off the first over. They've picked up 1 wicket successfully. And right now, the only thing they need to do is they need to make sure that Shehzad Ali is sent back, because he's the only one who can build a partnership over here with anyone who comes in. Just like that, he will race for a double. So good running between the batsmen, between the wickets. And getting these singles and doubles early on in the game just to understand and firm their ground before they get going, I think that's a better advantage they will have than sticking around and going for those slog shots.
Well, yes, get those singles and doubles, and if you have an opportunity to go big, do that. But as long as you don't give your wicket, you're all okay.
Keep it as grounded as you can, becomes a lot easier for them. Get those singles and doubles, get a lot more runs, and they're sorted then.
Well, the bowler's waiting because the side screen wasn't covered. Farman, Shehzad Ali, in fact, after playing that shot, realized that, oh, there's some error, but I'm okay with that. I've got a couple of runs.
Well, he's going at it. Luckily, he's getting in on strike. Is a better deal for the 7 districts. He keeps that strike rotation on. We've seen it in the previous match as well. It's a big unit there. He's restricting his play. He's standing his ground. And that's what I think 7 districts does require. So a good opening choice for him. So again, for a pair, he needs to have someone apart from Sagir Afridi, because we know he can hit those big runs. So getting him on later in the game makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I agree. Sagir is the kind of player who likes to get the ball coming onto his bat nicely. Early on these wickets, the ball does move a little bit.
So a slightly older ball will be a lot of advantage for him.
Also opening puts in extra pressure on the batter. Not on Farman Ali. He's gone big. 1 bounce into the fence. 4 runs.
Well, finally a boundary coming in for 7 districts. And look at that. Just straight firm hit there. Just eyeing the ball and make sure that it goes to the boundary. So this is the type of start which 7 districts always require. Farman Ali, he can be aggressive. Shehzad Ali can be on the other end. He can hold his ground. He perhaps get those singles and doubles as well. Keep the strike rotation going on. Keep the scoreboard ticking.
That's right. Got to keep that scoreboard ticking. Extremely important. Oh, didn't really connect it well, but still went into the gap. Third man is standing at the boundary. Lucky.
Again, opportunity is coming in. Farman got that outish. Couldn't get that bat well connected there. Just a single. I think this is a very fairish way of going through the game. They're getting in around 10 runs and over, 8 runs and over. Slightly going to be on the safer side.
You're right, you got a boundary for the over. Yes, that's more than enough. Get a single, convert them into doubles. Oh, poor fielding there by the skipper. Let the ball go, and with that, let the batters go for an extra. 2 runs instead of 1.
Well, this was not expected from Mideast Metals. They've always had a stronger side in the fielding. But here, letting the singles convert in doubles, they're giving an opportunity for any team batting over here.
Playing it with soft hands. Dot ball to end the over. 2 overs gone. 13 for 1. Tehran continues. Played it beautifully. There's a chase. Couple of runs nonetheless.
This is an over they need to be careful of. Shahzad Ali especially and Farman Ali. Because Tehran Khan is quick. He's got that pace. Once he gets that rhythm and line, there will be a collapse of wickets happening for 7 districts. So this over, I think they've done a lot of damage in the previous over against Mideast Metals. So I think this over, they can just survive it out, get a singles and doubles, make sure that they stay on in the game.
That's right. Rotate strike. If not, don't do anything silly. Attempt to do something silly. Lucky there. The ball didn't come crashing into the stumps.
Well, that's the type of errors a batsman would make. Just look at that. Just coming in to him, and if that inside edge and that ball had hit the stumps, it would have been disastrous. He would have had to take the long walk back.
You're right. Trying to manufacture shots. That's what it is. Against a bowler like Tehran, who has the ability to do a little bit extra. Got to stay there. Gauge his ball and play. Down the leg side. This time there'll be runs, and there will be 4 of those.
I think this is the type of shot he was trying to aim at. But this time Tehran slightly away from his leg. Just got that edge and it's disappeared to the boundary. So 4 runs coming in, a boundary has come in. Luckily he needs to keep that rhythm going on. Tehran not able to pick up that line which he usually bowls on.
You're right, he's trying to get the ball to move into the right-hander. This time the movement was a little exaggerated. Struck the pads, went down, 4 coming in leg buys. Won't add to Farman's tally, but the team total will definitely jump up. Ooh. I remember at a very early stage in my cricketing days, I was told not to play across on a good length delivery because the ball will find its way to the box.
This is what all of us have been taught. Never play cross, never play on the leg side. Any ball coming into us off, just let it go. And this is one error which everyone used to do. And till date, I cannot play anything cross on towards the leg side.
I learned it the hard way. The senior team captain came and bowled. And he told me that, listen, what you're doing is, on good again the same thing, repeating the error. And they'll steal a single. Very smart running. Extremely smart there by Shahzad Ali. Called and ran. Farman responded well. They'll get a single there.
But it wasn't supposed to be a single. It was supposed to be someone getting to the ball, but Shahzad found that opportunity and went for it. Was a collision there. Could have been disastrous, but yeah, so far everything is okay. Everyone is fine.
That's right. 2.5 overs, 20 for 1. I remember playing for the under 11s team. This was training session and was playing across the line bunch of times. Every time just shuffled across and played it towards the onside. The senior team captain came in and said, don't do that, you'll get hurt. And I said, listen, my leg side is too strong. He takes the ball, nice long run up, comes in, bowls at a good length spot, ball comes in nice, I go across and bang on my box. It took me some time to recover from that.
Well, it couldn't be harder than that.
Well, yeah, glad to play for pretty long after that as well.
Exactly.
But yeah, sometimes you learn the lessons hard way.
Getting lessons to everyone, because we've had everyone who has seen and experienced, you being a coach as well. We've always taught everyone a positive side of making sure that the game gets better.
It is important for the game to get better. The players have to play positive cricket.
Before playing positive cricket, listen to your coaches.
Always, always, always. Last ball of the over. Down the leg side, and the umpire will call it a wide.
But Tehran is still struggling to find the right line and length there. This one just moving away from the batsman. He's trying extra hard. First he needs to do is figure out that line and length he wants to be consistent at, and then probably put in that pace and swing. Makes it a lot easier for him.
You're right. He did well in the first over. Here has been a little bit wayward. Last ball, much better delivery, and that should be it. Unless there are overthrows. Oh, look at that! There's more drama. And overthrows in fours.
It was the final ball of the over. There was no requirement of that overthrow to be there. Look at that. It was only a single. They tried stealing the single, but the throw was completely unnecessary. No backup. And has gone for a boundary.
Well, yes. A long over comes to an end. 26 for 1 after 3. Three overs, 26 for 1. 7 districts in a good position, I would say. Yes, they did lose their first wicket really early. They've come back well.
See, once any team realizes the top order and gets it right, there's no stopping them. Just like that, Farman Ali and Shahzad, rotating the strikes, keeping the run board ticking. They're making opportunities on every delivery is just coming their way. Just leave the bad ones away and get runs on the good ones.
That's right. They say fortune favors the brave. That's what we saw. They quickly scrambled for a single in that last delivery and then were gifted with a boundary of the overthrows.
But that boundary was an unfortunate one for Mideast Metals.
Pulled! And that's one has gone many a miles beyond the school building maximum.
Well, it is the longest boundary there. Done effortlessly by Farman. Look at that, just picked it up in the air. Made sure it has disappeared outside the park.
That's a very good looking 6. Really, really huge. And you're right, that's the longer side of the boundary. A big 6.
Well, they're going in at almost 10 runs and over. And they're consistently picking that line and going on that pace. I think this pair, Shahzad Ali and Farman Ali, opening for the 7 districts will be a good call if the team decides.
Yeah, that makes sense. We've seen Mohammad Sagir. Definitely will be a no ball and is punished. The umpires will check whether it's a 4 or a 6, but a boundary nonetheless of a no ball. It's a 4.
Well, unfortunate times for Mideast Metals. Not able to get it right. No ball and a boundary. So they'll have to re-bowl it and get a boundary as well.
And a free hit. Call it insult over injury. That's how it is for Barsat and Mideast Metals.
There are variations in pitches that everyone is bowling on, but the only problem with Mideast is maybe they're jumping too far ahead. They need to get back to the basics, get the line and length right, figure out how the pitch is reacting to their balls, and then probably go for anything they want to.
A low full toss. Couldn't really convert that. The free hit delivery will just fetch a single. 13 runs already of this over, Shajil.
Well, the last one, the no ball with the boundary, was something very unfortunate for them. But the damage was done in the previous delivery. Even a single over here wouldn't affect the 7 districts. Going on a good projection, they can reach the 200, 220 mark. So if they keep going at this pace, it will be a good match for them.
Well, 200 plus would definitely be a challenging score against Mideast Metals. This time straight, over long off, and a maximum. Both the batters have got into the party.
Well, there's no stopping this man there. Farman Ali. So 2 sixes in this over. Oh, sorry, my bad. That was Shahzad Ali. It's just excitement coming in from both these Alis over here. Shahzad Ali and Farman Ali. Both of them contributing equally in their fair share of boundaries.
Yeah, you're right. Farman 20 of 13. Shahzad 13 of 8. Taking the game away from Mideast Metals already. Soft hands will get a single. They don't want to do the overthrows again.
Smartly played there by Shahzad Ali. He's hit a 6 in the previous ball. I think taking a single, getting off strike would be a better call. And this is exactly what both of them are doing. They're getting that big boundary and then they're rotating the strike.
Makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. You've hit a big boundary shot. Come, take a single, get off strike. Let the one on the non-striking end come and play the big one. By doing so, you're also keeping the batter guessing on what direction, what line, what length they want to bowl at.
Maybe partnership working out, approaching the 50-run partnership between both of them. And this ball, luckily a fielder was there, otherwise it would have disappeared to the boundary. So end of 4 overs, 46 for 1.
Tehran coming into bowl the third. Down the leg side. Good collection there by Atiq. Will be a wide.
The struggle still continues for Tehran. This one moving away from the batsman, away from his pad. Keeper doing a fairly good job there. Tehran needs to figure out the exact line that he would want to get his control on. Because we've got Shahzad Ali and we know he's capable of going for big shots, but right now he's going to just survive it out and make sure that he stays his ground in this over.
Flicked it. There is the fielder who'll run around, cut the ball, will just get a single there. First legal delivery.
Well, fair going how they're doing it right now. 48 runs, almost towards the 5th over. They're playing consistently well. They're going that projected 10 and a half runs and over. So they've had a good start. There's no complaints on that. Just that one wicket going away possibly had an impact on them. But yeah, Farman Ali and Shahzad Ali have managed to build that partnership up.
That's right, both of these guys scoring very comfortably. Tehran will probably have to come up with a plan to pick a wicket in his 3rd over. Will give some breather to the Mideast Metals. For now, 7 district boys definitely are in control. Slow one will be a single.
The only thing I think Mideast Metals is struggling with is their fielding. Not having anyone backing up any throws which is coming their end. Like just right now, the bowler's end was completely empty. There was a fielder in the circle, but again, there was no one at the stumps. You never know when the opportunity could arise.
That's right. A lot of deliberation has to be done. Probably coming out of a break. I'm sure we'll change a few things with time to come, because there was a nice long summer break after which cricket has resumed. So a lot of players also you would have seen would be rusty, wouldn't be absolutely on top of their game. It'll take them a couple of games, maybe for some of them a full tournament.
Well, knowing them, most of them would have been practicing throughout after the end of the season as well. But Imran Khan definitely was on a break.
Much better delivery there. A single.
So no deliveries are being wasted. They're getting a run or two on every delivery. They're not letting anything go as a
That is sensible. That's absolutely sensible. If you can't hit the big ones, take your singles and doubles. Keep the strike rotating. Keep the scoreboard busy. Imran Khan, if you look at his numbers in totality or in absolute sense, 2.4 overs, 11 for 1. Those are really good numbers, but he's given a bunch of extras. Oh, that's a very good delivery.
It's all these extras which count and make a difference towards the end of the game. And the 50 has come up in the previous delivery. And the 50-run partnership between Shahzad Ali and Farman Ali has come up. So it's a strong start for 7 District. Shahzad Ali and Farman doing the equal bits. It's a good opportunity for them to make sure that they get onto a big score today.
Extremely important. Continue the winning momentum. Yes, no, and straight to the batter. Dot ball to end the over. 5 was gone. 51 for 1.
So change in the bowling has come in. Ali Anwar has come in for Mideast Metals. Change in the com box with Abdul Rahman joining me here.
Thank you, Sharjeel. Good evening to all our viewers. What a start this for 7 Districts. Lost the first wicket, second delivery of the game. And then after that, a quick 50-run partnership. Shahzad Ali and Farman both getting some maximums under their belt as well. And as you guys were mentioning, just too many extras in this encounter so far.
This one's just flick. And they will pick up a single. So losing the first wicket early on in the first over is always tough for any batting side. And this one, he's got that quickish action.
Well, yeah, very well known in the domestic circuit. Ali Anwar bowls off the wrong foot as a right-hander.
That's our beloved bowler from Pakistan, Sohail Tanveer. He used to have the similar action, confusing all the batsmen when he used to come in bowling.
Yeah, it's a mirror image. Comes on the wrong foot, but a right-arm fast bowler, Ali Anwar. very well known here in the domestic circuit. Hard-hitting left-handed batsman as well. He'll have a big role to play in this run chase.
Well, there is nothing to define that. Has disappeared. Farman Ali has lofted this, launched it like a rocket into the stands.
Well, the idea was right. The execution was very poor. Went for the slower delivery. And it sat up nicely for Farman. Tonked it over cover. Slapped it actually. A very good looking shot this.
Well, just like that, we're talking about the Sohail Tanveer bowling action. We have a similar doppelganger here. Like you here, being Virat Kohli.
Well, I will take that as a very big compliment and move on. I don't want to be the meme of this tournament. Good looking delivery coming into the right hander this time. It's a good idea, sticking with pace. There is a bit of zip in this wicket. And the fast bowlers, well, they've used it just a little, but not good enough.
All the bowlers over here we've seen, Tehran and Ali Anwar and Basit as well, all of them have been struggling to get the right line. And right now, getting this pair, Farman Ali and Shahzad Ali on both ends, they are setting in for that attacking side. And look at that. Was down the leg side, given a wide. And the keeper picked up a single as well. So nothing is going towards in the favor of Mideast Metals today.
Well, the first thing is definitely Atiq has saved 4 runs for his team. That ball was going down the leg side. Atiq has done well to get some glove on it. Fine leg was in the circle, so is third man. So that would have been 4 had it passed him. And that is one of the challenges that Mideast Metal has. Very similar in their bowling lineup. Basit, Tehran, Khan Niazi and Ali Anwar, all very similar military medium pacers who bring the ball in.
Well, that's the end of the 6th over. 63 for 1.
Well, after a very strong power play, 7 districts, 63 for 1. We'll have to face the captain of Mideast Metals, Khurram Khwaja, bringing himself on.
Well, he generally comes in when his team needs it the most, and he is productive as well for them. So right now, he is here to break the pairing of Shahzad Ali and Farman Ali. 62 runs between the two of them after losing that first wicket. And they're going steadily at that 10, 11 run and over phase.
Well, as you were saying, Shajid, this is something that was missing in the last game. Had a very, very slow power play. Slow start, actually. And then Abdul Ghaffar, in the lower order, turned on the heat. Got them to that 150 mark. This time, they're looking good for a 170, 180 at least. Well, military medium is the word you'd like to use for that bowling action. Interesting choice. He's coming around the wicket to the right-hander. Clearly does not want to give them any room outside off stump.
Well, this one picked up well, And there is a fumble. They will get a boundary.
Well, Faizanavan at deep point gave it its all, but the ball was always running away from him. And again, this ICC Academy oval outfield, quick as lightning. Look at that. Just as soon as the ball landed, usually they plug into the grass. This time it just kept going away from him.
Well, it is a well-maintained ground over here at the ICC Academy. Ground number 2. And Shahzad Ali and Farman Ali are in no mood of settling for less than 200 today. That is what they're determined with. And that's one more, but there is a fielder. They will pick up a single.
Well, I was clearly mistaken. I thought the plan was going to be to bowl at his pads, but the field suggests he's going to keep bowling outside off stump and letting him slash it. 2 fielders deep on the offside, a deep point in deep cover. Don't see that very often.
Well, it was an interesting field set for someone like Shahzad Ali. For Farman Ali, let's see what he does. Okay, and this one going away, called a wide. Like I said, well, Mideast metals are not able to get that line and length right. No matter who the bowler is, they're still struggling. They're not able to figure out where to land the bowls.
Well, a very rare sight that. Ateek mishandling the ball behind the stumps.
Slightly missed time there by Shahzad Ali. So they still have a fair opportunity, both of them playing stably. They have that understanding between each other. I think that is what 7 Districts does require. And that missed everything there. Nothing going through the keeper. Keeper needs to be a little more, he needs to be a little more reflexive there. He's just missing out on things that can stay in his gloves.
Well, very lucky. That wasn't an outside edge. You don't want to drop a catch on the captain's bowling.
Well, a very stable over comes to an end. 7 overs down, 72 for 1.
Another bowling change. This time Manal Siddiqui, left armour. Another experienced campaigner in the UAE circuit.
Well, he starts off with a single. So Manal has been playing a lot of cricket in UAE as well. I remember him from my time, but he was my super senior.
Well, I think he's been everybody's super senior, Manal Siddiqui.
This one straight back to the bowler. But yeah, the umpire helping.
Well, the batsman is saying, I'm sorry, don't give me LBW just because I hit you with the ball. You don't want to be hitting the umpire for sure.
And like that, he jumps away and straight into the fielders, and Manal causes the damage. And 7-6, lose the second wicket.
Well, again, it's the experience. The arm ball didn't turn, just went straight. And a good simple catch taken. That's a big wicket. Manal Siddiqui celebrates. 7 Districts, 2 2 down for 73 now in 7.3. The new batsman walking in, captain of 7 districts, Mohammad Haider.
This one, slightly better delivery. A good way of coming in after picking up that wicket. So now Shahzad Ali will be under a lot of pressure there.
Well, rare side. He's left the ball. Was hoping the umpire, Mr. Asif Iqbal, would give it as wide. It is in the wide line. So very, very good over so far from Manal.
Well, this one, the keeper couldn't do much about it, and there is a race. Will be stopped. Luckily, good footwork there by the fielder. So they've picked up a double, and the keeper needs to really work on his reflexes now. So 8 overs down, 75 for 2.
The captain continues. Khurram Khwaja conceded 9 in his first over.
Well, this one in the air, and no chance. This will go for a 6.
Well, again, the plan is visible to everybody in the ground. He's going to keep giving width, and you can't give width to somebody like Shahzad. He'll either tonk you over cover or go straight down the ground, and that's exactly what has happened. A maximum to start the over, and Khurram Khwaja and Mideast Metals under a lot of pressure.
Well, Khurram Khwaja, not a good start to his over. He's bowling into Shahzad Ali, giving him so much space. So I think he needs to pick a different line for him. Perhaps bowl him somewhere near the pad. I think that will make sense and reduce the run flow and these boundaries.
Well, I do have to question again the choice of end for Khurram. He's the captain. Should have come from the far end. That's the bigger end on the leg side. Oh, it's in the air. But lands safely. Kaisar Marvi, another senior statesman in this team, does really well in the field. Keeps it to a single.
Well, so far so good for 7 districts. They're playing on 82 consistently, going in well. They're going around 9 to 9.5 runs and over. This time Haider, and will land safely in front of Manal. They will pick up a single quite comfortably.
The important thing is now Shahzad's back on strike. Again, loopy delivery outside off stump. Faizan Awan from deep point keeps it down to a single.
Well, so far this over after the first 6, it's been a little productive for Mideast Metals, but again, they're still trying to, they need to avoid getting Shahzad Ali on strike more often. And Heather will dodge it slowly, pick up a single, get Shahzad back on strike. So the thing Mideast Metal needs to avoid is happening by itself.
Well, yeah, Mohammad Haider just bunting it down the ground, getting a single. And Sharjeel, I do have to question the batting lineup here as well. Abdul Ghaffar, the left-hander, hard-hitting left-hander, would have been my choice in number 4, especially against a left-arm spinner bowling. And Khurram Khwaja.
Well, we'll have to wait for that. So halfway through the innings, 9 overs down, 86 for 2.
Manal continues from the far end. He's found his rhythm. Good line and length just outside off stump, not giving room to Shahzad Ali.
Right now, the only thing Mideast Metal need to do is keep this man on strike and not let the other man come in. Because once Shahzad Ali comes in, we've seen his form there. And this one again, played it safely, soft hands. And Shahzad Ali is back on strike. So Manal has been the only successful bowler so far. He's not given away too many runs, only 5 runs so far of the 8 deliveries he's bowled. He's picked up 1 wicket and one important wicket of Farman Ali. So he will be looking forward for a few more.
Oh, that goes across the line. It's in the air. Has he middled it? No, he has not. Faizan Awan at deep mid wicket takes a simple catch, and Manal Siddiqui strikes again. Big wicket this.
Well, Manal was brought in for a toss, and look at that. He's created that opportunity. Shahzad didn't get quite middle it with the bat and has given away his wicket. An easy catch in the deep. So both the firm batsmen for 7 District have gone back for Farman Ali. Now Shahzad Ali makes his way. 88 for 3.
The new batsman walking in will be a familiar face for the Mideast Metal guys. Muhammad Farooq Momin, ex-Mideast Metal player, now playing for 7 Districts.
But I think he will be knowing all the tricks Mideast will have. So that starts off with the first ball, and yeah, playing it safe.
Well, definitely, they'll know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Farooq likes to sweep. You can see they have that field placing as well. Square leg, deep mid wicket, and long on. A good looking cover drive. That beautiful shot from Farooq. He gets a boundary, gets off the mark in style.
But this is the advantage he had. Look at that. An easy, perfectly played cover shot. And has found that boundary. So 4 runs coming in, and he's off the mark with that. I think what Mideast Metals does require right now is to ensure that Mohammad Haider gets on strike more often.
A juicy full toss. Mohammad Farooq just playing it down to mid wicket, getting a single. So even though there was a wicket, 7 runs coming off that over. 93 for 3 now. 7 Districts at the end of 10. Khurram Khwaja continues from the pavilion end. And they're looking for a single misfield. Very poor fielding in the circle. They wanted to keep the new batsman on strike. That's not the case. Single taken. And it's going to be captain versus captain. Joining me in the comm box will be Super Neil Oja. Neil, welcome.
Thank you so much, ART. Flat batted straight will be a single. Kind of challenging to read Khurram Khwaja. First thing that he does is his run up, angular. So you can't really see how he's holding the seam. And that there's this little hold time like Mohammad Hafiz. And then he delivers. So breaks the momentum of the batter's mind.
Well, good catch there. Absolutely that pause just before delivering the ball. As I was telling Sharjeel, Khurram Khwaja and Farooq have played a lot of cricket together. Farooq used to play for Mideast Metal, so he'll know exactly what he's up against.
Poor fielding. Single nonetheless. Good to see Farooq being sent up the order today.
Well, I would have questioned Mohammad Haider coming in at number 4, especially when they have the left-hander Abdul Ghaffar, who can tonk the ball a long way with the two spinners in operation.
Played it straight to the fielder, a dot ball. He's a good lad there, Farooq. Very precise with his bowling. And can deliver with the bat as well. Slashed it hard. Went through the hands of the fielder there. In normal scenarios, we'll come to that in a bit. 11 overs gone, 98 for 3. Manal Siddiqui. A nice straight arm action. Picked up 2 wickets for 10 in his 2.1 overs. Has been absolutely effective for Mideast Metals. Again through the covers. It almost feels like that this fielder is there to take care of all the errors of the cover fielder.
Well, it is a very difficult place to field. The ball comes at a rate of knots at you. But again, the fielding has been very poor so far.
Taking runs through that fielders. They know that that's a region where they can hit and get runs comfortably. And that's what they're doing. That's really, really smart cricket.
Yeah, and Neil, I'm sure you'll agree with me here that the ground fielding is contagious to the point where even Atiq is misfielding, and he's probably one of the safest pair of gloves in the domestic circuit, maybe in the UAE.
I agree with you. It happens. One good piece of fielding brings up the morale of every single member in the side, and similarly the other way around. Because then you know that Oh, if he can get away with that, maybe I too.
Well, hopefully we can see a spark in the field, maybe a good catch or a direct hit run out, just light the fire for this Mideast metal side, because otherwise 7 districts are running away with this.
A beautiful hit up in the air. Is there a chance? He puts in a jump, good effort, but the ball will cross the boundary for a maximum.
Long levers. Mohammad Haider is very tall, big reach, goes across his stumps, and then goes across the line. Very, very lucky though. Got a lot of it and gets a maximum.
We've seen modern day cricket. They drag the ball back in, even if it's flying outside the boundary line. There was an attempt being made, but not successful. This time towards mid-wicket. Just be a single.
Well, a good recovery in the end, but an expensive over, 10 runs off it. 7 districts, 108 for 3 in the end of 12.
It's coming into bowl the 4th on the trot. The covers fielder is a mere spectator. Overthrow there. They're going for the 3rd. That's really poor. Really, really poor.
Well, that fielder had to come in all the way from square leg as backup. And again, just the fielding question mark here. Was played in the gap. They ran too quickly, and then the overthrow gave them one more. 111 now, Nelson on the board. Can this be the moment for Mideast Metals?
That should have been stopped by the bowler. Farooq goes aerial. We'll get a single there. If they go at the same pace, they're definitely reaching the 180 mark. But 190 plus is also doable. And if they do the 190 plus, I tell you one thing, Mideast Metals might just struggle in the chase.
Well, Mideast Metal did win the toss and elect to field first. So they want to keep them down for as less as possible. And 193 is a massive total if they can get to it. Again, slight fumble from Ali Anwar. Just a single though. And misfielding is very contagious, Neil.
We saw it on the very first delivery. 2 up for grabs and then a single on overthrow after that. So 3 on the first ball. Earned in line, down the leg side, has been played beautifully, will race away towards the fence. Farooq gets a boundary.
Well, they have only 2 fielders down on the leg side, mid-wicket and long on. Square leg was in the circle. That is because he's got a very strong offside field. So poor line. And Farooq capitalizes. He's on the move, 16 of 12 for him. Mohammad Haider, 18 of 13. So they're going along nicely. Almost 10 runs and over.
Straight back. We'll get a single. I wonder if this was close enough for a catch.
I don't think that would have been possible because of his bowling action. After he's bowling, he's going towards the batsman. Not a natural finish, so to speak. Charges down the track. Captain v captain, and so far there is only one winner. Muhammad Haider gets a maximum.
That's an expensive over. He bowled it short, bowled it slow, enough time for Haider to jump out and park himself, wait for the ball and hit it 6. 13 overs gone, 124 for 3. Ali Anwar has been brought into attack. Gave away 12 in his first over. Starts with 2 on the first ball, so he's maintained that.
Well, again, the challenge for the fast bowlers has been just can't find their line. All of them swinging the ball into the right-hander and targeting those pads, but finishing on leg stump or outside of that. An easy flick for the batsman.
Pushing it down the ground, we'll get a single there. I can definitely tell you that this wicket is not looking as devilish as the first wicket that the first 3 games were played on. Mideast Metals, I'm sure, would be thanking their lucky stars that the bowlers were not bowling on the first wicket. Would have created so many errors.
Well, considering the way that they've been bowling down the leg side, I think Atiq will be thanking his lucky stars. Wides down the leg side, never easy to collect. As you were saying, Neil, this is a different wicket, a fresh wicket. And that's what Khurram said at the toss as well. He wanted to field first because he didn't know what the wicket was going to do. Maybe they are slightly confident that this is a high scoring wicket. They can chase the runs down.
Well, these are true wickets. They'll offer literally everything. It'll have something for the batters, something for the bowlers. For the batters to be able to score, you have to stick on the surface. You have to stay put, watch the ball till the end and play. It gets that little extra bounce if you bowl from just slightly back of the length area. Charging down, uppishly played, and the fielder will only be going out to collect the ball from the max. Beautiful shot.
Well, Farooq was extremely disgusted when he missed that short delivery. This time charging down the track, Ali Anwar bowls it in the slot. Poor choice with the mid-off in the circle, but he didn't meet that fielder. Goes over him and gets a maximum.
Well, yes, expensive over continues. 10 runs already off this over. There's appeal there. Himpa is not interested. And that should be the end of the over. 14 gone, 134 for 3. Kaisar Marvi. Again, a similar action. Pauses before delivery.
Well, Neil, I have to question Kaisar Marvi playing for Mideast Metal when his brother is leading the Pindi boys defenders. Seems to be some sibling rivalry right there.
Well, yes. It's interesting to see something like this. We've seen two brothers in Sam Curran and Tom Curran playing for two different franchises in IPL. Irfan Pathan and Yusuf Pathan playing in different teams. So why not here?
Yeah, absolutely. A franchise tournament here right in the UAE for domestic clubs. Choose the side you think you can add value to.
Three runs so far in 3 deliveries. Kaisar has done well. Flat batted this time. Is there a catch to be taken? Yes, it is. And Farooq will have to depart. That ball didn't have enough pace. Need a little more power to see the ball through.
Well, that was the challenge. Very, very slow delivery. Farooq gave it all the strength he had. Still couldn't get it over the boundary. A good innings nonetheless. 28 of 21. 137 for 4 now. 7 districts. The new batsman Mohammad Saghir, interesting choice to send him over Abdul Ghaffar. The ball is in the air, lands safely. Faizan Awan does really well, and they get 2. Well, the youngster Mohammad Saghir played a crucial role in the win against IGM for 7 districts, scored some runs in the lower order, and then picked up some crucial wickets as well. Took the catch of Yasir Kaleem. Hit straight back to the bowler. Another misfield. They get a single.
15 overs gone. It's 140 for 4. Leading edge and taken. Very first ball that he faces, Mohammad Saghir, he departs. That's a big blow. 2 wickets back to back for 7 district. At one time it looked like they were going to go absolutely smooth. But now a bumpy ride has begun. Joining me to talk more about it is Sharjeel Ahmed.
Well, the collapse of 7 District is something which everyone was not prepared for. They had a very good start in the beginning, but now I think the game has turned in favor of Mideast Metals. Mohammad Sagir, the pass for 3 of 3. 7 Districts, 140 for 5.
Heather is on strike. Upishly played, chance there. Dropped slightly short. And there's a poor throw again. We've been talking about their errors that they've been committing in their fielding. There was a chance that should have been taken. Look at that. Not a very well controlled shot.
But it's still okay. It was beyond the fielder's reach. But again, the throw was completely unnecessary. And they've stolen one more run over here. So, not a good day in the field for Mideast Metals. They've been running around and they've not had a good time in the field. They're not judging it properly. I think that's the only issues they're having.
A swing and a miss there. Yeah, when you mentioned that they didn't judge it well, the challenges over there are the fact that even if you've judged in, you haven't been able to reach the ball.
Well, Ali Anwar certainly needs to pick up wickets and put a hold on these runs. Just like that slow one, but just kept it way below. And right now, the only issue that is happening for Mideast Metals is the fielding and the bowling are not going in sync. Once that becomes a lot easier and sorted for them, I think there's no stopping them in this tournament. But right now, look at that. Heather is playing on 29. There are a lot of opportunities which were created before, and they've just made a mess out of it.
Abdul Ghaffar has been sent in as a new man. You're right. Heather hasn't been timing his shots well, but at the same time, there's no one to take those catches.
The placement of every opportunity being created is right, but the execution-wise, that's where the failure is happening. And giving away those extras in terms of overthrows, that's something which will be troublesome for them.
Towards the point, cover point, will get a single. 4 runs of this over. He's bowled a very good over so far, Ali Anwar.
And has picked up a wicket as well.
Oh yeah, picked up a wicket on the very first ball. One last delivery to go. Can he finish it off well? He needs to keep it tight. Maybe just a single, if not more.
He's making sure that, yeah, he ends it on a high note. So, final ball of his third.
Upishly played. Oh, he's dropped it. This is poor. This is really, really poor. You don't drop these catches.
Well, just when we were talking about bowlers and fielders being on sync, he's made a complete mess out of it. So, end of his over, 145 for 5 after 16. So Mahavi back into the attack. And this one picked up well through the fielder, but there will be someone to cut it off. So they will pick up a single. Neil, strategy right now, what do you think they should do?
Well, one thing that they've done is they have got their skipper, Heather, retired out at the end of the last over. So you've got Zamir who's come in. So 2 fresh pair of legs, which also means that they can run those singles and doubles really quick. They can hit the ball really hard. But this wicket does not generally favor the new batters. But if you bowl these poor deliveries, they won't have to worry about the wicket. A full toss and a maximum.
Well, that shot certainly opened everyone. Look at that. Just hit it with a lot of power and sheer force. I think it's gone to the second ground. Abdurrahman must be having some fielding practice there.
Well, yes. Right adjacent to the Oval 2 where we are playing is the outdoor nets facility. And right next to that is the Oval 1. Both the ovals are ODI standard, ODI approved ovals.
Well, much more sensible there. He's hit a monstrous 6 in the previous delivery, and this one he can just take a single and get off strike. Get Mohammad Zamir there.
Zamir will be on strike now. Got a single on the very first delivery, came in after the skipper was retired out.
Well, he's picked up a wicket. He's certainly slowed it down. He started off this over well, but yeah, that 6 certainly plays a lot of impact on the mind games.
We'll get a single here too.
And this time again, Abdul Ghaffar comes back on strike. So I think Qasim Harbi will be determined on picking up this particular wicket because no bowler likes it when your bowler has disappeared somewhere into the other park.
You're right. We'll have to be extremely careful. Can't be bowling in his zone. Can't be bowling too full. He does that and he pays the price. Get the ball from outside someplace. It's a maximum.
Well, this is what we're talking about. Look at that. Gave him too much space and he's made it disappear. He's done the trick. I think this is a sort of magic. The 7 districts always have Abdul Ghaffar. 2 monstrous 6 in the same over. And unfortunately for Qasim Harbi, 1 more delivery to go.
I wonder why wasn't Abdul Ghaffar sent up earlier. He's a left-hander, so it gives you that variety when there's a right-handed batter alongside. And he hits them absolutely clean. 16.5 and 160 for 5. Pretty much poetic there.
Well, there's a lot of relaxed moments there for 7 district. All of them know that as long as Abdul Ghaffar is there, they can pull up a few more runs over there. So bowlers will be quite relaxed and calm. Even if they give away a little more extras, I think they will still be in the safe zone.
I mean, 190 is something that I think is pretty much in the zone. And if they're able to do that, I'm telling you, Mideast Metals will be struggling.
Well, 3 more overs to go. You never know what the game could turn up towards. Maybe it could be Mideast Metals. Maybe it could be the 7 districts. You never know. It could reach up to 200. So, final ball of the over for Qasim Harbi. And this one picked up and safely plotted there. So, they will pick up a single. So, end of 17 overs. 7 district, 161 for 6.
Ali Anwar to continue. Smacked. A good piece of fielding. Have definitely saved a sure shot boundary. Just a single there. Ali Anwar has been expensive as per standards. 28 runs in 3.1. Economy of almost 9.
Well, he's picked up, he's been giving away a lot of runs in the previous over. I think this is the over where he would want to pick up a few wickets and put a hole on the scoreboard. This one hit hard, and only a single.
Well, that's right. Singles has been the order of play in this over. They go at the same run rate. They'll reach 186. Got to be in that zone to be crossing over the 190 mark. Didn't really connect it well, just a single.
I think they're in a safe zone right now. Mohammad Zamir, he can pick up those singles. They can afford this. Abdul Ghaffar on the other end, we know when there is no pace bowler in front of him, he can whack it a few miles in the air. And so far they're playing a stable game after their collapse, which has happened. They were 1 for 1 and right now they're 164 for 6. So there has been a lot of wickets which have fallen down. Now it's just up to Abdul Ghaffar and Mohammad Zamir how they pair up and how they tackle Mideast metals.
Swing and a miss there. Oh yeah, the first wicket to fall was of Sagir Afridi. Hasn't been able to get ball to the bat. First match didn't really score much. Today went out on a duck. Hasn't been impressive.
And this one hit on the bark. Only a single. So far Zamir is building up that innings with Abdul Ghaffar. And Mideast Metal needs to find that opportunity, one opportunity to get rid of either of these batsmen out. Because then someone fresh comes in, they will take time to settle in. I think that is the objective they should be playing with.
That's right. Digging deep. Abdul Ghaffar on strike for the last ball of this over. Oh, that's a very good delivery. On to the bats. Dot ball to end the over. 18 gone, 165 for 5. Tehran Khan has been the pick of the bowler, picking up 1 wicket but just giving 11 runs of 3 overs.
But the only unfortunate part for him is he's not picked up more wickets that he generally does. And he will be looking for a few. But Abdul Ghaffar so far needs to be a little careful how Tehran Khan is coming in, because after 3 overs, I think he's figured out where he needs to plot the balls to get a successful wicket.
No, I don't think so. Abdul Ghaffar thinks too much. He plays his natural game, backs his ability. Get a couple of runs. A very casual approach to pick up the ball near the boundary line. You can't really err there.
Well, Look at that. They just picked up 2 runs over there. So they're being very casual. They're being very relaxed. I don't think they realize what the scoreboard is showing.
Maybe conserving energy to play some really big, powerful shots. Get a single there.
I think that can be done later. Not now. Now will not be the good time. They need to restrict runs. Because the more runs they give away, they will have to chase the same thing down.
Zamir 5 of 6, Abdul Ghaffar 20 of 10. 181 is the projected score. Come down slightly after a very good last over. It was in the range of 190s. He's gone aerial, up in the air. Atiq circles underneath and he will take that catch. He's absolutely gorgeous when it comes to being safe. And that was a very good call by him.
Well, Tehran bowled it beautifully there. And Atiq making no mistakes. A good call by him. And Tehran has finally picked up the wicket. Mohammad Zamir departs for 5 of 7. 7 district, 169 for 7. So Tehran Khal will continue.
Wide-ish. Oh, didn't really collect. There was a chance of a run out. Overthrows. They're not running for it. Poor throw again.
Well, fielding is something they definitely need to work on. And Tehran Khan has got one more delivery to go. And a new man in Wahab Hassan. Really need to work on their fielding. And the bowl especially, they need to figure out what line and length they need to stick and how to get their rhythm really fast.
Seven more deliveries to go from here on. Waited for the ball to come. Played it sensibly. Will get a single and retain strike. Wahab Hassan. 19 gone, 171 for 6. Basit Ali to bring in the last over. Played it all along the carpet, will get a single. And that will bring Abdul Ghaffar on strike. Can he change the dynamics of the game here? Abdul Ghaffar, he's known for his big hits. His strike rate is almost 200.
Well, Basit Ali doesn't have a longer run-up, so probably he can focus on plotting the right delivery for Abdul Ghaffar and getting him out. But you never know how this match could go in either way.
Beautifully played there. 4 runs.
And this is what we're talking about. Look at that. He's found that gap and he's picked it up really well. He's got that boundary, well-deserved boundary there for Abdul Ghaffar. 25 runs and 12 deliveries. And Basit in a lot of trouble.
He bowled it full, gave enough width for Abdul Ghaffar to free his arms. Very, very comfortably. Just a much better delivery. On to the pads.
Well, I think if he sticks to this line for Abdul Ghaffar, doesn't give him too much room and space, I think he can get those results. Now, especially what he needs to do is in the next 3 overs, make sure Wahab Hassan stays on strike, Abdul Ghaffar doesn't cross the other side.
Well, yeah, one way to do it is by giving him 3 boundaries.
I think that it'll be better to get Abdul Ghaffar on strike.
Inside edge onto the pads, will get a single. And Abdul Ghaffar, as soon as Basit Ali had delivered the ball out of his hand, he started scampering for that single.
So now 2 more deliveries to go. I think chase of 183, 84, 85 will be a good range for them. I think you just get a couple of runs in the last two deliveries. I think it'll be a very good match for Mideast Metals as well.
Angling in, played it absolutely straight. Will the fielder be able to stop it? No, it's a boundary.
There's a reason why Basit shouldn't have let Abdul Ghaffar come in. Look at that. Straight down. And a powerfully struck 4. So boundary of the second last delivery. 1 more delivery to go. They've already crossed the 180 mark.
182 on board. 1 last delivery to go. Where does this one go? Up in the air. This is big, huge, and fantastically spent into the orbit for a maximum. What a way to finish the innings. 20 overs gone. 188 on board.
Well, it cannot be longer than this. And a well-struck 6 there to end the innings. 188 for 7. And Abdul Ghaffar, 36 of 15. A very good knock by him.
Yes, a very expensive over at the end. And Abdul Ghaffar has proved it again. If he sticks on, he can play those big knocks, hit them clean, and do it absolutely well. He's done that, and his team extremely ecstatic with that finish.
Well, 7 districts did not start with a good start here. Mohammad Sagir Afridi gone back for a duck, then Shahzad Ali and Farman Ali, 34 and 32 each. Mohammad Haider, 30 of 20 deliveries. Mohammad Farooq, 28 of 21. Mohammad Sagir couldn't do much with the bat, but Abdul Ghaffar and Wahab Hassan were there till the end. And a good batting display by Abdul Ghaffar. 17 extras bowled out by Mideast Metals.
Well, yes, those are bonus runs. Tehran Khan picking up 2 wickets for 17, economy of 4.25. He's standing out like an ace student amongst a bunch of last benchers. Basit Ali, 47 runs in his 3 overs. Ali Anwar, 31 runs of his 4 overs. Khurram Khwaja, 41 runs, an economy of 10.25. Manal Siddiqui, he bowled a good spell, 3 overs, 20 for 2. Wonder why wasn't he bowled that 1 extra over. Kaisar Marvi was expensive, 2 overs, 22. 188 for 6, 17 extras in 20 over. And now, when Mideast Metals comes into bat, they'll have to score 189 in 120 balls at a required run rate of 9.45. What will happen? We'll keep you updated right here, and do not go away. This is how it all panned out for 7 district. Literally hitting it all around the park so very comfortably. Manal, who controlled and got a wicket. Khurram was taken for runs. Manal coming in again. I like the way that he bowled with absolute consistency, picking up 2 wickets. Didn't give too many runs, but just bowled 3 overs. Probably an error in calculation. Should have given him 1 more instead of bringing himself on. Khurram was taken for a lot of runs. Ali Anwar and Kaiser again were amongst runs. Literally everyone was taken for runs, barring this one man. Abdul Ghafoor came, literally changed the way this game looked like for 7 District, hitting them literally all around the park, and that was that humongous 6 to finish the innings. 188 for 6. And now Mideast medals will require 189 to win this game. Day 4 of the SkyExchange.net ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the second half of this crucial encounter between 7 districts and Mideast Metal. We're live from the ICC Academy for the SkyExchange.net ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022, powered by FanCode. And if you're just joining us, 7 districts were put into bat, scored 188 runs in their 20 overs. And now Mideast Metal, who had decided to field first after winning the toss, will have a big task ahead of them. 189 runs to win this game, get the first points on the board. Well, those are the 2 openers for Mideast Metal. Faizan Awan, stylish right-handed batsman, opening the batting with Manal Siddiqui. He bowled a very good spell, got a couple of wickets. In his distinctive white helmet. I think he's been using that for a good 15-20 years now, Manal. Abdul Ghaffar will be taking up the new ball from the far end. What a flourish from the bat for Abdul Ghaffar. Had a wicket first ball. Can he return that favour? No, down the leg side. A great take by the keeper, and it is a no ball to boot as well. So Manal Siddiqui will get a free hit. Second delivery he faces. Way down the leg side. What a take there by the wicketkeeper. Saves 4 runs for his team. Farman Ali behind the stumps. Saves some runs for his team. Extras have been an issue for all the teams in this tournament so far. Just not getting used to that fresh pitch. This time a better delivery. Goes through Manal Siddiqui. Dot ball. As I'm joined in the comm box. Super Neil Oja. Neil, welcome.
Thank you so much. Mideast Metals. It's a steep target, 189. Very interesting observation there. Manal Siddiqui, the white helmet. Reminds me of a certain Salim Malik.
Very good catch there. Giving away his age, Neil Oja. But definitely right on spot.
Where has the ball gone? Where has the bat gone? But a single, or no, a dot ball in fact.
Well, that bat almost going for 6. Big hard hit. Maybe just the humidity. Not easy to grip the bat as well.
Well, you're right. The gloves become wet. And for that to happen this early in the innings, you can only imagine what will happen to them if they stick around for a little longer. Swing and a miss there. Wanted to go for a big hike, and I can tell you one thing. Those two shots that Manal attempted, if either of those would have gotten connected, the ball would have been going literally beyond the school.
Absolutely. He's charged up Manal. As you said, throwing the willow at that, the kitchen sink, the fridge, everything that's in the kitchen, missing completely. It's not easy facing Abdul Ghaffar. He's quick, deceptively quick actually. You need to take your time. I know they're chasing 190. You can take a couple of hours, settle down, see what the bowler is doing.
Beautiful delivery, good shout. The umpire's not interested. There was swing in the air for the ball. Got onto the pads. Ran in for a single. Now the impact was definitely outside leg.
And again, Manal Siddiqui going very hard at the ball. There is a deep square leg. Fine leg is in the circle. All he had to do was get a bit of bat on it. That would have raced down to fine leg for 4. You have to play your percentage shots here. You have to get the boundaries. Just 6s is not the ask. A couple of 4s will get them moving along nicely.
Faizan Awan on strike for the first time. Onto the pads, big shout. This was definitely closer than the Manal shout. Abdul Ghaffar is asking these really good questions.
Again, getting swing into the right-hander. Just that line, few centimeters in the middle. And I think if that hits the pads, the umpire's finger is going up. When you're starting on leg stump, the ball is always going to miss the stumps. But so far, very good over from Abdul Ghaffar.
You make a valid point. Ball pitching on leg with a natural angle, moving down the leg side. The umpire is never going to call it in your favor. Trying to change the line now for the last ball. Wide outside off. Dot ball to end the over. 1 over gone. 2 for none.
The new bowler, Ajmal Khan.
Short and wide and hit away beautifully. There's a chase that's on. Will the ball have enough legs? No, not really. But the batter's legs have been put to test. 3 runs they've run. Manal Siddiqui does well for those 3.
Well, that is the bigger side of the ground. To remember, we're playing on what you would call the last wicket. So that offside boundary is massive. That'll be very tiring. They've been in the field for 20 overs, Faizan and Manal. And now they have to run between the wickets as well.
Not easy to field and then come out and run. Going aerial this time and will get a maximum. Good looking shot. Full money on it.
Well, he's a very good looking player, Faizan Awan, when he gets going. Very talented. Has scored bucket loads of runs in the domestic circuit and now has the opportunity to show what he's made of. It was in the slot, but you have to capitalize as a batsman, and he gets a maximum.
Wearing a jersey number 10 always brings in that little additional pressure when you wear that jersey, doesn't it? Swing and a miss there. What was your jersey number that you used to wear?
Well, I wear 22 because that's my date of birth, but I think the two numbers that have a lot of pressure on them are 10 and 7. So good catch, Neil. Number 10, Shahid Afridi for Pakistan. And Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar for India. And number 7, well, there is only one number 7 in cricket for me, 7-7. Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Got his bat down in time. Will get a single. There was in fact a lot of hue and cry when Shardul Thakur during one of the ODIs wore a jersey number 10. And with so much of public response that he got, negative, I can definitely tell you that BCCI had to say, listen, no one can wear jersey number 10 anymore. Thank you so much for retiring that jersey.
I remember. I think that is, yes, as you said, the main reason why they had to retire that number. I think that was a very bad error, strategic error to give that shirt, with all due respect to Shardul Thakur.
He's a good lad, Shardul. He's a very, very sweet lad. I've played some cricket against him.
I think he was in the limelight for the wrong reasons, though. He got selected over Ambati Raidu because he was a 3D player. That's the term they used.
No. That was Shankar. That was Vijay Shankar.
Beg your pardon? Yes, absolutely. The encyclopedia right next to me corrects me.
Shardul Thakur. Fuller length delivery this time. Dropped it. This is a chance.
Well, we'll have to see a replay of that and save that replay because that's a rare sight. Mohammad Farooq dropping the catch. Again, Manal Siddiqui trying to hit the ball too hard. Farooq getting underneath it and then grasses a simple chance. Over number 2 comes to an end. 13 for no loss, Mideast Metals. Abdul Ghaffar continues.
Swing and a miss there. He's done well, Abdul Ghaffar. That first over just gave 1. 13 runs for Mideast Metals. The required run rate climbing steeply, 9.87. There's a fantastic fact about Shardul Thakur. He lived a little away from Bombay City in Palghar. So from there to come to Bombay and play was challenging, and he was a school kid. So Dinesh Lad, who also is the childhood coach of Rohit Sharma, went and spoke to Shardul's dad. Meanwhile, Manal goes for an aerial shot. Big up. Just waiting for the umpire's signal. It's a maximum.
Well, he's middled that. Finally, he's middled one. And what a shot that was. Straight down the ground. Into the fence. A maximum.
So, Dinesh Lad, Rohit Sharma's childhood coach, went and spoke to Shardul's dad and said, listen, I understand that you can't really, bring him every day for training and playing matches and stuff. How about he comes and stays with me in my house? I'll take care of everything. I'll take him to school. I'll take him to the grounds. I'll take him to literally everything. I'll treat him like my own son. Wide-ish delivery this time. Single. I'll treat him like my own son and ensure that he does well in cricket as well.
And he has, Shardul Thakur. He's got a very good test career. Played a crucial role in that win against Australia.
That's right.
In Australia.
With the bat.
Series win. And the ball as well. What a way to repay your coach. The faith that a coach has in his players. That's what they look for. They don't get any credit other than the fact that they see the happiness when their players are performing. You are a coach as well. I'm sure you're very happy of some of your mentees playing international cricket, especially for UAE.
You're right. I mean, if the right word to be used is beautiful delivery, angling away from the right-hander, it's a thankless task. You're at it every single day. The players might change coaches, but the affection, the love that you have for that one player will always stay. And that doesn't go away, because I remember talking to Dinesh Lad, and he remembers literally everything that Rohit used to do as a child. He remembers, how Mohit, beg your pardon, Shardul Thakur, was brought under his wings and how he developed. And I told him about the story where I had played against Shardul Thakur. And it was such a fantastic conversation, because this is what it is. Coaches remember literally everything that players do. And when they go on to play for the country, do well for themselves, for the country, well, I don't think there's anything bigger as a reward than that.
Absolutely. No bigger reward than wearing your country's jersey. And again, now with such lucrative franchise tournaments going on as well, there are so many opportunities for youngsters, and even for some of the seasoned players who've not gotten an opportunity, now knocking on the door. A certain Dinesh Karthik comes to mind.
Oh.
In the meantime, Faizan Awan guides it down to third man. So even though there were 3 dot balls in this over, they have taken 11 runs off it. And the score moves on quickly for Mideast Metal. 24 for no loss at the end of 3. Well, just continuing that discussion around coaching, Neil. You've now seen quite a bit of domestic cricket here in the UAE, and this tournament especially. Maybe a couple of players who've caught your eye, who are not in the camp at the moment?
Well, I'm mighty impressed with what we've seen of Ghaffar. Wanting to go big this time again. Unable to connect. I'm mighty impressed with what he delivers. In the first match also we saw him. Again this time today came in a little too late. In my opinion, he should have been sent a little up the order. It's not that he comes and just logs wildly. He's a proper bat.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks like a proper middle order, late order batsman, not a slogger. Some of those drives and cuts that he played are of a top order batsman.
So mighty impressed with his performance so far. This one's gone up. Manal is on fire. When he doesn't connect, looks very, very ugly, those shots. But when he connects, I can definitely say I haven't seen a lot better than that. The bat going all the way, completing on the back. That's a class act.
Absolutely. Again, he's been vying his trade here in the UAE for a long, long time. All the way from school level, university level. And even played some A division cricket when there used to be some in the UAE. And you can see that, as you said, Neil, that follow through. Proper top order batsman.
Gets a single there. Again, good sensible cricket. Hit a boundary, take a single, get off strike.
This is a good start. Even with that first over, not going for a lot of runs. They've caught up to the run rate. 8.8, their current run rate. Required almost 10, 9.5 or some. The important thing is they've not lost a wicket. If they can continue this in the power play, they do have the firepower. Irfan Ashraf, Mohammad Oais Popi, Ali Anwar, hard-hitting batsmen.
Down the leg side, wide will be called. They'll have to stem these extras. The batters are invariably hitting big and taking those runs. You can't be giving them freebies.
Well, in this heat and humidity, you don't want to be bowling more than 6 deliveries in an over anyways as a fast bowler. If you're bowling 10, 11 deliveries in an over, you're just tiring out everyone.
Angled across, up in the air, chance there. Will that? Oh no, that's gone beyond the boundary line.
A good effort from Shahzad Ali, but he didn't know where that white line was. And again, a good looking hit, straight bat, and goes over, long on for a maximum.
A good attempt. Ball a little far away from him. What I liked about Shahzad's effort was that he kept the eyes on the ball, ran hard, almost reached the ball. Modern day cricket has definitely made fielders apply a lot of effort. What was that now?
Well, for our viewers who've not seen Faizan bat, I'm sure that was a surprise. Not for me, unfortunately, because I've seen him do that in domestic cricket. And I can tell you one thing, when he starts doing that, it means he's supremely confident, he's middling the ball well. I don't like that approach, because that means, again, as a coach, you will agree with me that a lot of movement, especially of the head. But he's very confident right now if he's doing that in the middle.
Well, I mean, every batter has their own whims. Works for them. And he's gone big this time. Shahzad Ali again running towards the ball. Puts in all the hard yards, but drops the catch.
Well, Manal Siddiqui living dangerously. Second catch dropped for him. That was a difficult chance. But they get 2 nonetheless. This is a very good opening partnership. This is a very good start for Mideast Metals. 41 for no loss at the end of 4. Well, this is a good change from the captain. Mohammad Haider has his thinking cap on. The pace bowler struggling a bit. Faizan Awan moving across his crease, so he brings on the left-hander Mohammad Zamir. Look at that economy rate. 4 overs, 17 runs, 4.25 economy rate. And we have to remind our viewers this was against probably the best batting lineup in UAE, IGM.
Well, yeah, we just saw him do that. Beautifully played in the gap. Gets the boundary. Faizan Awan starting wide away from the leg stump. Takes a big step towards the stump and punches it.
Well, I wish you could have heard what the coach here was saying. And I think the plan has to be that, regardless of where Faizan starts or ends, you have to attack the stumps. Now he's standing outside the off stump, I think. If you get a front-on view, you'll see exactly. Very unorthodox style this from Faizan.
Again, punching it in the gap. Same area, same region, same result. 4 runs.
Well, this is good cricket, but you have to say this is very poor bowling from Mohammad Zamir. We talked up his economy rate just before he walked in. And now Faizan Awan and his antics are putting him off his game.
It has become challenging there. Because as a bowler, especially as a spin bowler, when you're coming in those 3 steps, you have a plan in mind. And then suddenly you're watching the batter go from left to right. It just shakes up all your thoughts. Fix your thoughts. See where you're bowling. Doesn't really matter where the batter is standing. He will have to come to the stumps to hit the shot. Bowl on the stumps to Faizan. As simple as that. Number 10 versus number 10 then.
But there you can see again now. This time Faizan is starting from outside the wicket even. Walks in. Better delivery. Much better. This is what we were talking about. Just target those stumps. Let Faizan make the mistake.
That's what it is. Zamir has to ensure that he's bowling the stump to stump line. There you go. Almost got him.
Well, good adjustment. Mohammad Zamir, intelligent bowler. Those first 2 deliveries, you could count them as looseners. Outside, off stump, giving Faizan all the width he needed. And now he's targeting the stumps.
He'll give you results instantly. Just a single there. He did the same thing, started from outside the leg stump, came onto the stumps, wanted to punch, but was too close. So neither could he cut, nor could he punch. Had to just place it with soft hands and took a single.
Well, absolutely. Neil, that's why you're the coach. You get the big bucks. That was the plan. In the meantime, Mideast Metal, opening partnership of 50 runs, comes up in 4.5 overs. So they're going great guns here. More than 10 runs in over so far. Can they keep this up? That's the question.
Manal. He's not stopping. A juicy half volley and sent it backing for a maximum.
In the slot, straight bat. Nothing wrong in that shot. He was looking where he wanted to deposit the ball, and that's exactly where that went. 56 for no loss at the end of 5. Ajmal Khan has gone for 28 runs in his 2 overs. He will continue as I'm joined by Sharjeel in the comm box.
Good evening, Abdurrahman. And this match has just turned in favor of Mideast Metals. They've not had a good time with the ball before. 188 was the target which was set, but right now Manal and Faizan are taking the game away from 7 districts.
Well, absolutely. This is a very, very good start in the context of the game. Going at almost 11 runs and over. Need 9 and over from here. A lot of batting yet to come. Faizan Awan looking very good in the middle. This time he was at least 1.5 feet outside the crease. Walked back and he guides it down to square leg. Is that a boundary? No. 2 fielders chasing it down and they keep it down to 2.
Well, that was definitely a good running between the wickets and the fielders as well. Both of them did not give up till the last minute. Generally, we see fielders moving away from the run chase. This one was well done. Couldn't stop the boundary, but again, 4 runs up. 2 runs were already made.
Well, there you can see Neil Oja looking at the rule book, trying to understand if whatever Faizan is doing is legal or not. But this is innovative batting at its best. It's working for him. 29 of 17. And what a start this for Mideast Metals.
Oh, he tried, but couldn't get too much bat on it. So far, Ajmal bowling well. He's had an expensive over before. Last 2 overs, 30 runs of it. And this time, I think he needs to come back with at least a wicket.
Well, it's a cruel, cruel game this. Both Ajmal Khan and Abdul Ghaffar had picked up wickets of their first deliveries against IGM and taken out 2 of the best batsmen in the UAE. Now struggling to get a wicket. Goes straight down the ground. There is a fielder. Only a single.
Well, the only thing they need to do is bowl wicket to wicket, make sure that not too many runs go away. The fielders are doing a lot over here. Still have to wait for the spin attack to come in because that's when the entire momentum of the match will change.
Well, Mohammad Farooq, the man of the match of the last game, will have a big role to play here. The spinners on this wicket, especially with that big boundary. Short delivery, it's in the air. Has he taken it? They are appealing. Manal Siddiqui is waving it off. Interesting. And I think the fielder, Muhammad Saghir, has said no. It landed short.
Oh, well, a very, very good call there by the fielder. This is what makes cricket much more enjoyable when everyone is being honest. They didn't want to win it, but they want to win it respectfully.
Well, if we had fair play points, definitely 7 districts would get a few. Very well done there by the youngster, Muhammad Saghir.
This time it connects and into the fielder's hand. This is the end of Manal Siddiqui's innings.
Well, they did have the fielder placed at long off. It is Muhammad Farooq. He had dropped Manal Siddiqui in the power play previously. This time makes no mistake. A simple catch, but a good innings comes to an end and a good partnership is broken. 59 for 1. Manal Siddiqui walks back having scored 26 of 18 deliveries. Those are the highlights of the power play. It was the Mideast Metal Show. Faizan Awan and Manal Siddiqui taking a liking to the fast bowlers and the spinner. Some innovative shots from Faizan Awan's bat. And some maximums from Manal Siddiqui. And that was the last ball of the power play. He found the one fielder outside, Manal Siddiqui, 59 for the loss of 1 wicket in the 6. Mohammad Zamir continues. 15 of his first over. But this time he will have some extra protection in the deep.
Well, he's got a new batsman there, Mohammad Noman, who's just come into bat. But again, Faizan Awan still on strike. So that is the only thing which is going to be troubling 7 districts.
Absolutely, Faizan Awan, as I said, very talented youngster. Scores a lot of runs, especially once he settles in. Likes to score big runs. Likes to score quickly as well. Very talented lad. I was surprised to see that he didn't get a bowl. He's a very good off spinner as well, Faizan Awan.
Well, I think that they had enough bowlers there. And this one just did really well. Light away on, there was a chance. And then the overthrow.
Well, it seems to be contagious. Whatever Mideast Metal had, 7 districts has as well. They dropped a couple of chances. They're giving away overthrows. You can't take this total lightly. 188 is a big total. But that start the Mideast Metal has, if they give them opportunities like this, it'll be an easy run chase.
Well, this pitch will favour the bowlers, especially the spinners when they come in. And right now, Zamir is looking for a wicket. And this was a very good delivery. The amount of bounce and turn he got.
Very good delivery indeed. Just bouncing over the bat of the batsman. Turn as well. Gave it a good rip, Mohammad Zamir.
And this time, no man, no mistake. And it has disappeared outside the ropes.
Well, he's been sent in at number 3. He has a job to do. It was a short delivery. He was on the back foot. And he stonked it over mid-wicket for a maximum. So the runs keep coming for Mideast Metal.
But like Super Neil always says, no man has hit it into the no man's land. This is what is required now.
That's a very smart way to give credit to somebody. Well done, Shajil. Full marks to you.
Right now, the only person who cannot get those full marks is Mohammad Zamir unless he picks up those wickets.
Well, the captain, Mohammad Haider, at cover, threw his cap down in disgust. 24 runs conceded by Mohammad Zamir. Very well bowled. This time the arm ball beats everyone. A good comeback.
That just magically disappeared. No man had no clue where it was coming in from. He's still got time to settle in. Unless he does that again, and this time, just waiting for the umpire signal, and it is given another maximum.
Well, what a hit this. Look at that shot. He's picked it up and deposited over square leg for a maximum. Unbelievable hit. Mideast Metals is still in this game. They're fighting and fighting hard. 74 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 7. Well, the 8th over. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Mohammad Farooq Momin, man of the match of the last game, is coming into bowl with Faizan Awan and Mohammad Naman looking to score quickly.
Well, he's picked up 3 wickets in the previous match and toppled the entire IGM batting lineup. So he'll have a lot of expectations today. And this 7 district has to depend on Mohammad Farooq to pick up a couple more wickets. Only 1 wicket down. got a few more to go, and a change in balls will happen right now.
Maybe a change of ball brings a change of luck for 7 districts. They do have some more bowling options. Mohammad Saghir yet to bowl.
I think the only luck which can come in is there's a leprechaun running around.
Well, if there is one, let's find it. There'll be a pot of gold at the end of wherever he is.
I think there'll be a pot of balls which will come through.
Mohammad Farooq, another talented youngster here in the domestic circuit, part of the UAE camp as well. Very hard working lad. 3 wickets and that economy rate of 5. When we were talking up Mohammad Zamir's economy rate, he's gone for 15 and over in this game so far.
But Farooq was pretty determined picking up a fifer, as he said in the last presentation when he was the man of the match against IGM. So, not a fifer, but again, a 3-wicket haul could do as well.
Well, they'll take even 1 wicket at this stage. 7 districts. Short delivery. Plays it in the gap. That's the mental pressure that you have when you're facing a bowler like Farooq.
Well, when you face Farooq, you should definitely be careful of the turns and drifts he gets with the ball, because that's not something which every batsman can tackle. But definitely Farooq, everyone has been studying how he bowls and the pattern of bowling that comes in with him. So Noman needs to be a little careful. He stonked 2 sixes in the previous over. So now I think he needs to first understand how Farooq is bowling to him.
I don't think Noman's going to wait for a sighter, because that is the shorter boundary down the leg side over there. He's hit 2 maximums to the big side. So we might just see a big shot across the line. Well bowled and very well played. And even better running between the wickets. This is good cricket from Mideast Metals. They're looking for 2. Could this be a run out? They're asking for it. The wicketkeeper had fumbled initially. And I think the umpire has given it as not out. We're just waiting.
Well, the wicketkeeper was quite confident. They picked up the lightning fast single. But again, after the overthrow, they were hesitant about the double. But then after a fumble, and I think he's made it back safely.
Well, I agree with you, Shajil. I think he just managed to get his bat in. The wicket-keeper will have to take all the blame there. Didn't collect the ball in the first attempt. By the time he got his hands around it, Noman was in his crease. So some good running between the wickets. They get 2.
Only if the fumble wouldn't have happened. And this is the opportunity they were waiting for, and it is another maximum for Mohammad Noman.
Well, this is why they've sent him in at number 3 to hit the spinners, and that's exactly what he's doing. It was in the slot. It was a juicy half volley, and he's gone straight down the ground for a maximum.
Well, I think this plan also misfired. Mohammad Farooq coming in. And Mohammad Noman, 22 of 7 deliveries, only 3 huge sixes to him. And there's a shot, but no, missing everything there.
Quicker delivery, no turn. But I think it was going high, yes, and down the leg side as well. A good delivery. The one challenge Farooq has is he doesn't bowl a very short googly, doesn't get a lot of turn.
Well, this time swiped away, and they will get another boundary. So Mohammad Noman picking up the pace for Mideast Metals.
Well, clearly Mohammad Noman enjoys batting against the spinners. I think the 7 districts captain will have to make the changes quickly. Maybe bring in Abdul Ghaffar for an over. Maybe bring in Mohammad Saghir, the pacer. Because if this continues, this game will be over in 16 overs.
I don't think that will be the momentum Mideast Metals will want to have. And 7 districts, they've been playing anxiously the previous match as well. This one swiped away and will go in the fielder. Only a single to win the over. 8 overs down, 88 for 1.
Well, there you have it on cue. Mohammad Saghir given the ball. Had a good day against IGM. Picked up a wicket. Can he get the breakthrough here, Shajil? That's what they want. A wicket right here. Another 37 run partnership in very quick time.
Well, he's always been a consistent bowler. And here, look at that. First ball, and he's gone up, but no. Going down leg side.
Well, the extra pace, that is what's going to bother Noman. Camped on the back foot, looking to go across the line. That's why he scored some heavy runs against the spinners. But then Faizan Awan on the other end poses a completely different challenge. He likes space on the ball.
Well, this one edged and through the fielder. Can you believe that? That is not supposed to happen at this match.
Well, it's Abdul Ghaffar of all the players. And again, just the body language of the 7 district players showing now. Their heads are down, misfields, causing runs. And in all of that, Faizan Awan is moving on nicely. 36 of 22. He's playing a gem of an innings right now.
Well, they've got 96 runs more to defend. I think it is still pretty much everyone's game. And again, once more, same region. This time only a single.
Intelligent cricket this. He got the boundary in the first delivery and then takes a single and gets off strike.
I think the only way he would want to tackle Mohammad Saghir is by getting a boundary, then a single, because Saghir isn't too good with his mind games. So I think this is where he will be stuck. And Noman tries to go big, but doesn't connect anything.
Well, Noman is still in slog over mid-wicket mode. Goes across the line against the pacer. We saw Manal Siddiqui and Faizan against the fast bowlers, hitting straight with the full face of the bat. That's what you need to do on this wicket.
I think the spinners pretty much wouldn't do anything about it. And Saghir this time has got the top edge and will get a boundary.
Well, the faster they come, the faster they go. Top edge over the short fine leg fielder. Another boundary. Another expensive over. They're keeping up with the required run rate and they're scoring quickly. 98 for the loss of just 1 wicket. And we're still in the 9th over. They're going at 11 runs in over, Shajil. This is a very, very good start.
Well, this game, I think, is in favour of Mideast Metals. Faizan Awan and Mohammad Noman bring it really, really sensibly and well. And this time he tries going, but again, only a couple of runs to them.
Well, when it's your day, it's your day. Going across the line, getting the inner half of the bat, getting to the 100 comes up for Mideast Metals. 100 for the loss of just 1 wicket in the end of 9 overs. Well, after a short break, we're back. 14 runs conceded by Farooq in his first over. 100 on the board for Mideast Metals just in the 9th over. And Faizan Awan looking good in the middle. 37 off 23. Better delivery, that dot ball. Rare dot ball.
Well, he's starting off with a very high backlift. And then he's just stopping it in front of everyone. So Mohammad Farooq isn't sure that, okay, where he should bowl it, because you lose concentration when you're bowling.
Well, again, they've played a lot of cricket together, Faizan and Farooq. Quicker delivery in the stumps. The cover fielder gets to it. Another dot ball. This is what they need. Just put some pressure on the batsman. Get those dot balls going.
Well, rare sightings happening for Mideast Metals, especially for Faizan. We've not seen 2 back-to-back dots. We've not seen 1 dot ball as well.
Quicker delivery. He's cut it hard. It's a big boundary. Ajmal Khan does well, but they get 2.
So I think this is what they're aiming for. They want to make sure that they get these runs. They shouldn't miss out on these opportunities, because right now every run is going to be precious when it moves towards the next half of the game.
Well, I think the right tactic here would be to get Noman on strike against the spinner. Let him go to that shorter boundary towards the leg side. Get a single. Get the big hitter on strike. Inside edge. The keeper does well. Another dot ball. So a steady over so far from Farooq. Just the 2 runs off it.
But I think he's following that advice. He wants to get Faizan, Noman on strike. And Faizan's been trying desperately to do that. And Farooq does realize that once Noman gets on strike, there will be a lot of showering of sixes happening around.
Another innovative piece of stroke making, but that is his downfall. 1 shot too many from Faizan Awan. Walking across his stumps, then coming back to his original spot. He lost that ball in the air, and he's lost his wicket in the process. A big breakthrough this for 7 districts.
Well, this is where Mideast Metals will have a lot of concerns, because once Mohammad Farooq starts picking up those wickets, it certainly becomes a very impactful thing for the game. And now he's picked up the first, and he's got rid of Faizan Awan for 39 of 28. It's 102 for 2. So Farooq has picked up a wicket, and this time Noman hits it hard and will get a boundary. So not much of a change over here, but Farooq has done the trick. He's picked up that important wicket of Faizan. Look at that, Noman's power. He's picking up boundaries, and he's making sure that the runs and the boundaries are flowing as well. 10 overs down, halfway through the game, 106 for 2. So Sagir back into the attack. And he starts off with the outside edge. Only a single. There will be a change in the voice box. Super Neil will be joining me for the next few overs.
Thank you so much, Sharjeel. 107 for 2. In a very strong position now. Mideast Metals conceded a lot of runs. I'm sure that once they go back home, the captain and the team management will be talking about this. This should have been about a 150, 160 kind of a scoreboard. Conceded 188. Big one up in the air and taken. What a catch! What a phenomenal catch! Mohammad Noman, the man in form, has departed. And that's the reason you will see literally everyone running to this fielder.
Well, this was the most important catch of this match. And he's not put it down. He's taken it. Everyone is excited. Everyone is happy that this wicket has fallen. Mohammad Noman, very good knock there. 37 of 16. 3 sixes and 3 fours. Mideast Metals 107 for 3. The most important wicket going down. And Mohammad Sagir, he's done the trick. So now the only thing they need to do is restrict those runs. They have to defend 82 runs only.
That's right. I wonder, was that some amount of bat on that ball? Because the umpire definitely did not get a wide. Was it a pad or a bat? Would be very, very interesting to see if there is a replay available.
I think everyone was sure about it, but this time outside edge, he will pick up a single. So Ali Anwar is off the mark and Atiq Rahman is off the mark as well. Both of them have just come in. So it's a new second start for Mideast Metals happening at the moment.
That's right. Required run rate of 8.7, which is not a tough ask. Both of these guys, they definitely know how to chase down something of this magnitude. 81 required of 56.
Well, this one made it pass through the keeper and will give a boundary to them. Definitely could have been stopped only if he would have dived right, and Sagir disappointed with that. So far, he's had a good over. He's picked up that one important wicket. Only a boundary, not too many runs given away. 6 runs only of this over.
The only other person that I can think who could have taken that catch is on the non-striker's end, Atiq Rahman. If Atiq was the wicket keeper, he is someone who has the ability to dive in. Oh, he doesn't put a dive there. And given. I was talking about his ability to dive behind the wickets. He should have dived in front of them.
I think only by fielding his dives come in, but this one was out of it. Sagir, a very good throw, a good pick up. And Atiq, unfortunately, has to take the long walk back. 5 runs to his name only. 112 for 4. So Mohammad Farooq will be coming in now, and Awais Noor has come in for Mideast Metals. So Awais Noor gets off the mark comfortably. Again, no stable run flow coming in for Mideast Metals. Ali Anwar and Awais Noor, both of them newly coming in after Manal and Faizan. So right now, all they need is one partnership. That's about it. 76 runs, one partnership is pretty much their match. They're still over the required run rate, going at 10 runs and over. And this time he goes high and goes all the way for a maximum.
Big hit there. Ali Anwar is now continuing where his partners stopped. Got rid of his helmet and then cleared this one over and done it handsomely. A maximum there. Mohammad Farooq has been taken for runs. He's picked up a wicket there, but has been expensive as compared to the previous game.
This time he tries again through the keeper. But they will pick up only a single. Like we said, just one partnership is required. They still need 69 runs to go. Mohammad Farooq shouldn't get that momentum he had in the previous match against IGM. This one pushed away only for a single. So runs flow should be coming in quite comfortably for them. Boundaries, one person should take responsibility for it. I think that's the only way it can go. And this man, Ali Anwar, I think he is the one who can get those big runs.
The challenge is not about getting the required run rate in control. It's about not losing any further wickets. Ali Anwar, like you mentioned, has to be around, play all the way till the end, and I am sure if he does that, the game will be over much before the 20th. Opening the face of the ball, face of the bat very late. Just
Very
a single.
sensible way of playing, but I think he doesn't want Mohammad Farooq to come in with that same rhythm he had in the previous match. Because again, it's about the same ground where he's playing. That's why the previous encounter with IGM, such a strong team, and there he has performed an outshine. So here he will have a lot of responsibility on his shoulders as well. Ten runs off this over so far. One more delivery to go. Can he pick up another wicket?
driven it all along the carpet, will be a single, and that should be the end of the 12th over. 12 overs gone, 123 for 4.
Mohammad Sagir has had one successful wicket so far, but not great in terms of runs. But he's produced that important run out in the previous over.
Ali Anwar, 13 of 6. Awais Noor, 3 of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it looks like, the scoreboard. Down the leg side, we'll get a single. 8.43 the required run rate, Sharjeel. This is definitely not a big challenge.
Well, it's not a big challenge, but again, if they play it sensibly, then perhaps it could be their game. But one wrong move for Mideast Metals at this point is the game that belongs to 7 District.
Well, yes, 7 District will have to pick Ali Anwar. They'll have to get rid of him. Ali Anwar on strike now. Can Mohammad Sagir get it? Played it absolutely straight. Long on is pretty much straightish. Just be a single.
But with the last match, which 7 District have won against IGM, I think if they want to have that momentum going in through winning this cup, they need to have this consistency of winning those matches, because that's the only way the entire team will have a high morale, and they will get through in the next couple of matches coming in. But right now, if things go downhill over here, it will be very difficult for them to come up.
Beautiful delivery, well dug out. Will be a single. It's a good game that's brewing, going all the way towards the end. And both the teams have equal opportunities to win this game. 7 Districts needs to pick up a couple of wickets, and they need to do it now. While Mideast Metals, they just have to guard those 2 wickets.
I think that's an easier way to put it for everyone there. And that was a very, very good delivery by Mohammad Sagir. So he's had a very good over, this one. And consistently, he's been a very good bowler in the domestic circuit. He consistently keeps picking up wickets, producing those run-outs, and taking important catches, and is quite helpful with the bat as well. So a complete package for any team to have.
Last ball of the over. Single to end it. 13 gone. It's 1-2-7 for 4. Oh, that definitely should have been a wide. Ali Anwar trying to chase that ball. Probably was thinking that Farooq might get the ball to turn in, and that's why he was eager to keep the ball away. But not to be so.
Well, lucky for Farooq, he still has to bowl only a few deliveries. And this one up, but landing safely through the fielder for a boundary.
And that was really, really silly. Instead of a dive, should have just put in a chase to the ball. Wanted to go towards mid-wicket. Outside edge. The ball racing towards third man and the third man fielder. Just trying to stop the ball with a slide. Of no use whatsoever, a boundary. Farooq has been extremely expensive today. It's an anticlimax of a performance for him. Previous game was the player of the match. And here has been tormented. Down the leg side. Wide called.
First delivery should have been a wide, but this one just going away from the batsman. Very close, but yet far away from his reach. So Farooq not having a good time with the ball as he did previously. And Ali Anwar picks it up right into the combox area.
He loves to play these shots, and every time he goes down on one knee, we know that the ball might just be sent in our direction, and that's exactly about 5 yards on our left.
I think Abdul Rahman is still trying to get that ball. He's very, very upset about missing that catch. But no worries, there's always a next time. And Ali Anwar, 24 of 12 so far.
If he had taken that catch, Abdul Rahman outside the boundary line, the cameras, despite capturing him, would not show him in the action replay, because our directors don't like to show anything more than what is required. They would have said, oh, he's taking a catch, I don't want him.
Exactly, we've got the Virat Kohli of commentary over here with us. So Mohammad Farooq, 43 runs in a spell so far. He's got 2 more deliveries to go. I don't think he's going to be happy with that. 50 runs to win from here for Mideast Metals, and 30 deliveries to go. So last 2 deliveries, can he pick up a couple of wickets?
What Awais Noor is doing is absolutely sensible. He's not trying to go for the big ones. He's not trying to be absolutely aggressive or anything. Just taking those singles, bringing Ali Anwar back on strike, because he's the man who's hitting those big ones. That's very good planning. Absolutely great cricket.
Well, I don't think he needs to do anything else. Awais Noor just needs to get Ali Anwar on strike and pick up singles and doubles. That's the only thing he needs to do. So, last ball for Mohammad Farooq. How will this go?
Well, I'm sure Ali Anwar would want to send the ball back to Abdul Rahman so that he can take this catch outside the boundary line.
It went the other way. But they will get a quick double there to end the over. 14 overs on, 142 for 4.
Abdul Ghaffar is back. And away is Noor. Absolutely sensible. Again takes a single, gets off strike and brings Ali Anwar on strike. 143 for 4. Mideast medals require 46 of 35 deliveries. Now the required run rate has dropped below 8.
Well, the only thing Awais needs to do is make sure that Ali Anwar is on strike and keeps facing a lot of deliveries there.
$143 for 4. For 7 districts, it's imperative that they take a wicket, and they take a wicket of Ali Anwar right now. Played with soft hands, back to the bowler, dot ball.
Well, Ali Anwar needs to figure out that Abdul Ghaffar is a sensible bowler. He will bowl him in the block hole. So I think that is what 7 district does require. Abdul Ghaffar to bowl 2 really, really good overs.
Runs he scored. He's given rather in 2.2. Played it off the hips, will get a single. They're looking for the second. That's really, really poor fielding.
Well, this is something which couldn't have been done. Look at that. It was only a single over there. But they found that opportunity, a lazy approach coming in from the fielders. And Sajjad Ali couldn't do much about it. They picked up a double. So things are not looking in favor of 7 district right now. But Mideast Metal are trying to capitalize as much as they can in every delivery.
Well, yes, it is important that they get rid of this man called Ali Anwar, 7 district, if they want to make a match out of this. But Ali Anwar is in no such mood. He's played it uppishly and taken. Ali Anwar has gone. 7 districts will rejoice. They now know that they've got this game under control. Farooq was the man. One little fumble and he takes it and catch.
Well, the right man to bowl the right delivery, Abdul Ghaffar. And this is what they were looking for. Mohammad Farooq picked up a very, very decent catch there to get rid of perhaps the last hope of batting for Mideast Metals. Ali Anwar departs for 29 of 17, 145 for 5.
Outside edge, big appeal and given. Irfan Ashraf is gone. Abdul Ghaffar, he's turning the heat on. 2 balls, 2 wickets. First with the bat and now with the ball.
Well, we've seen him pick up hat-tricks, and now he's on the path. The thin outside edge coming out, and Abdul Ghaffar knew that he's got his man. So Irfan has to take the long ball back again. He's going for a duck. 145 for 6.
Abdul Ghaffar on a hat-trick. Is there an aggressive field set for that? Or the captain isn't bothered, nor is Abdul Ghaffar?
But he will be going in for the Yorker. No, it's safe. So the hat-trick opportunity for this tournament goes out 15 overs on 145 for 6.
Oh, inside edge. Should have been hitting the stumps. And the big appeal there. Where's the umpire looking? He says no. But that's really smart work by the wicket keeper. He ran to the ball, realized that the batter is outside the crease, went for that attempt. That was a bowler, in fact. But definitely getting the bat in the crease in time. Mohammad Sagir, 19 runs he's given, picked up a wicket in 3.1. Joining me in the comm box for the last 5, Abdul Rahman.
Thank you, Neil. What would have been a cakewalk for Mideast Metals is now becoming a tight encounter. We'll have to say 7 districts very much on top at the moment. They've taken the 6 wickets. And the last recognized batsman, Irfan Ashraf, falling on first delivery. Back-to-back wickets, Ali Anwar and Irfan Ashraf. Abdul Ghaffar, well, he's the find of the tournament so far.
Opening the face of the bat towards the third man region. A little tumble there. But Shehzad Ali does the cleanup act. Just be a single.
Well, the fielder there was Mohammad Sagir Afridi. And he's got number 88 on his back. Neil, I'll let you call out the one player that wears number 88, plays for UAE.
Rohan Mustafa.
Exactly.
Well, we've been talking about jersey numbers. This is a lot to do with favorite numbers, lucky numbers, birthdays, birth dates. But did you know that Rahul Dravid used to wear jersey number 19 and its birthday is not on the 19th, nor is that his favorite or lucky number? Yorker delivery. In fact, got himself yorked by walking out into the ball. A single on that. One last delivery to come. So when Rahul was asked, why do you wear jersey number 19? He said, it's my wife's birth date. It's easier to remember this way.
I can fully sympathize with him because when I got married, I started using that number for some time. Unfortunately, it was very unlucky for me. Number 13, believe it or not. Quickly changed to 22. Another Yorker, very well bowled. This is a good over from Sagir. Just the 4 runs off it. 40 more runs needed in the last 4. 149 for 6 Mideast Metals.
Mohammad Zamir has been brought in to bowl the 17th. He's extremely expensive, gave 30 runs in 2. So there's an opportunity for these two batters if they can get some more runs out of him. Morally, he would be down and shattered. Zamir, very, very late, played beautifully and will be a boundary.
Well, when it's not your day, it's not your day. We were talking about his economy rate in the first game, just 4.7. He's going at 15 and over and is not getting any better. First ball, boundary, thick outside edge, running down to third man. This is a good start to the over for Mideast.
That's right. Very good start. Required run rate now 9.39, just slightly under the current. And the moment you get a boundary on the very first ball, the bowler is under pressure. And now, if every ball, a single comes in, you still got in and around the required run rate mark.
Well, absolutely. You have to see if the batsmen make that count. Don't get carried away. You need 10 runs and over. Don't need 15 or 16. Singles would do, just as Neil said. 1 run every delivery would get them the 9 they need. But there's also that temptation, Neil, not to take it all the way to the last over. See if you can get a big over here, 12, 13 runs maybe.
Well, that's a complete antithesis to what a certain MSD would do. He would take it absolutely deep to the last over, and then in the last over, if you require 15, 16, 20, he'll go for it.
Well, you have to have that supreme level of confidence as well in finishing the game. The ultimate finisher, MSD. I think even 24 or 25 needed. The bowler was always under pressure when he was batting.
Oh, he got him! Lucky, lucky, lucky there. Mohammad Zamir. He followed the batter as Avan moved outside the leg stump. A deflection of the pads into the stumps and the bails are gone.
Well, we were talking about his bad luck. That was all the good luck he needed. Inside edge, onto the pads, onto the stumps. Uwais Noor, 14 deliveries for his 8 runs. He was playing a role, but unfortunately couldn't finish the game. And Mideast Metals, 154 for 7 now.
Mohammad Zamir now. Got him! Basit Ali clean bowled on the very first delivery. Mohammad Zamir has picked up 2 and 2. It's twice in this game that we got 2 wickets of 2 deliveries. This one angled in and then straightened to get the top of middle.
Well, the perfect arm ball from the left-hander. Basit Ali had no clue what was going on. If that wasn't hitting the stumps, if that was hitting his pads, he would have been LBW. That was a wicket delivery. First ball duck, another hat-trick opportunity. And Mideast Metals is folding quickly, 154 for 8.
All right, so it's the captain, Khurram Khwaja, on strike. Saving the hat-trick, up in the air and dropped safely. That could have been the hat-trick, the first hat-trick of the SkyExchange.net ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022. 17 overs gone, it's 155 for 8.
While Abdul Ghaffar changing ends, coming in from the pavilion end, looking to finish the game off in this over.
It's a full toss that angled away from the right-hander. Not too far, thus not a wide.
Well, some would say the perfect delivery. Just under the waist, away from the batsman. But I'm sure Abdul Ghaffar would know he's missed the mark. Wants to aim at those stumps. Finish off the game in this over if he can. 2 more wickets to take for 7 districts. What a fight back this has been.
Again, that line which is far away from the off stump, for which Khurram will have to drag his front foot towards the ball and not keep it planted to play the ball from where he is standing.
Well, with the required run rate now up to 12.75, he'll have to throw his bat at everything. This game ebbs and flows galore. At one stage, Mideast Metal needed 6.5 runs in over to win the game. They've doubled the required run rate. The ball is in the air. Abdul Ghaffar settles under it nicely. He's not dropping those. And another wicket. What a fight back this from 7 districts.
The captain perishes. He knew that he had to score a lot and really quick. Goes up aerial, gets the elevation, not the distance, and Abdul Ghaffar completes his 3rd wicket.
Well, this has been a collapse of epic proportions. 50-run opening partnership, another 50 second wicket partnership. And then after that, they've lost 8 wickets for almost 50-odd runs. Khurram Khwaja walking back for 1. 155 for 9 now, Mideast Metals. Abdul Ghaffar steaming in. Another wide Yorker. Kaisar Marvi now facing the fire. Only 34 needed of 14 deliveries. The last wicket playing. Tehran Khan Niazi has been a spectator on the other end. That body language shows you everything. He's got his arms crossed, waiting there. He knows he's not going to get on strike.
Well, yeah, standing like there's a punishment that he's been given. if this was slightly lower, maybe a Yorker length delivery, and that would have been Kaiser Marvi's end, but not to be. Gets a single. Tehran Khan now on strike for the last ball of Abdul Ghafar's spell.
And what a spell it has been. 3 wickets for 16 runs. But those 2 back-to-back wickets broke the momentum for Mideast medals. Ali Anwar and Irfan Ashraf falling in quick succession. And again, this man, Abdul Ghaffar, well, here's a dialogue that everybody says. We'll say it again. Remember the name.
Back of the length delivery. There's a big shout, direct hit, and the umpire raises the dreaded finger. That is it. Abdul Ghaffar finishes in his over itself. A direct hit onto the stumps. Kaiser Marvi caught short. And this is really, really amazing cricket all around. 7 districts. The way they were trawling before, it looked like that they might just lose the game. Middle East medals right on top. But then, back-to-back wickets. And 7 districts have kept their unbeaten record intact.
Well, you can't blame Tehran Khan, beg your pardon. He wanted to get on strike, wanted to get that single. Kaiser Marvi a bit slow off the blocks, but a direct hit was needed, and that is exactly what was delivered. And as you said, the unbeaten run for 7 districts continues. What a fight back this 32-run margin. You wouldn't have expected that at the halfway stage. This is a big victory, a morale-boosting victory for 7 districts. And this very, very tough group here in the SkyExchange.net ICC Academy Summer Cup, powered by Fan Code.
Let's have a quick look at the batting card there. Manal and Faizan started really well for Mideast medals. 26 and 39 for them. Mohammad Noman joined in. And then Ali Anwar. Till these guys were there, it looked like that this game was very much in the hands of Mideast medals. But after that, Atiq Rahman, he was run out on 1. Awais Noor extremely slow, played the role of a sheet anchor, but couldn't really stay on longer after Ali Anwar departed. Then Irfan Ashraf didn't open his account. Tehran Khan 7 of 6. Rest all really, really poor. Basit Ali not. Khurram Khwaja demoted himself in the order, just got a single, and Kaiser Marvi run out on 1.
And on the bowling card, in the bowling department, that one man sticks out. Abdul Ghaffar, 14 dot balls in his 4 overs, 3 wickets for 16. Ajmal Khan went for a few runs but picked up a wicket. Mohammad Zamir as well went for quite a few runs in his 3 overs, picked up 2 wickets. Mohammad Farooq, expensive 4 overs, 46, but another wicket to his name. And Mohammad Saghir, look at that economy rate, 5.75, a wicket to his name. More importantly, just the 7 extras. They kept the extras in check and they got those wickets. 156 all-out Mideast medal. And there you have the match summary. Then 7 districts were put into bat, scored 188. Abdul Ghaffar top scoring with 36 of 15 deliveries. Shahzad Ali, the opener, 34. Farman Ali came in the first over, scored 32. And Mohammad Haider, 30 of 20. Tehran Khan, the pick of the bowlers, with 2 wickets to his name. Manal Siddiqui picked up 2 as well.